Well, hello, folks. George Adventure here. Hope y'all having a great Wednesday. Great Wednesday morning. Already done my devotionals this morning, and so I thought I'd make a video on a knife. Actually, a pretty cool knife. And you can see it is a keen cutter. There's the series of it. There's the number of it. Came in this metal tin with this white little box slid over it. Now, this keen cutter is made, says exclusive license and manufactured by Bear and Son Cutlery. I didn't know Bear and Sons was making keen cutter knives. The story behind this is there's an antique store that I go to, and they usually have a pretty good selection of knives. They got some different counters in there, the glass ones, and I bought quite a few knives from them, old vintage knives. They got some good prices on some case trappers in there. And this one, if you turn, when you walk in, you turn to the left, and there's a counter. Well, when you walk in, there's a counter right there, a glass counter, and that usually has a bunch of knives. And then you walk on, turn to the left, and go down, and go to the right. There's a big long counter. And this one was in the bottom of it. And it's been in there for a while. And they had a price on it, and I thought, I don't know, man. I just don't want to spend that much on it, and so they had a 30% off sale on this knife. They had a little paper sign on the counter. It said 30% off everything in this counter. So, anyway, I went up there and asked him about it. Got him back there, and he unlocked it and got it out for me so I could look at it. Then he gave me the price of it. Miss Linda she'd been kind of trying to get me to get it. She knew that, I like keen cutter knives. So I told the guy that I would get it, Like I said, it's a Bear and Sons. I didn't know Bear and Sons made these, but I know at the Bear and Sons open house, they had a stack of these boxes right here, and I got one of them. They got a stack of these boxes. These are metal tins. You can see right here. High-grade pocket knives, keen cutter, made in the USA. And there's your Bear and Sons. And then you got this side, same thing. Got the top. The keen cutter trademark, your assurance of the finest quality products and leading brand in fine cutler since 1870. Only the best grade of cutler steel and materials are used. Now, this is not a vintage, what you would call a vintage keen cutter that was actually made in a keen cutter factory. This is a Bear and Sons, and I know Bear and Sons make Moormaker, they make keen cutter, they make Remington, and I don't know what else they make, who they make them for, but a lot of knives are made by different knife companies and just stamped and whatever. Bear and Sons makes excellent knives. So I'm going to open this bad boy up here. Of course, it came with that, which it was unwrapped so you could see the knife in the display case. That, and it's got this old looking King Kutter. Of course, it's not old. You can see Bear Boulevard, and that's the, it says www.kingkutterknives, and I actually typed that in, and then it brought up some more knives. You can see it right here. Now, like I said, it came with this. It tells you all about it. Then it says Jacksonville, Alabama right here, and that's the Bear & Sons. I guess Bear & Sons must have bought the rights to it. So we'll look at the knife here. I'm gonna shut this back up, put it out of the way. So we'll look at this. So there it is, and it's a trapper. It's a you know, standard, basically a standard size trapper. It might be a little bit bigger than a case full size trapper, but when I first noticed this knife, I looked down, I saw it in the counter, and this is the first thing I noticed was that shield right there. That was the first thing that I noticed. So I looked at it, you know, and never did ask the guy to open the cabinet up because of the price, but you know, it's got that King Kutter shield, and it's one of 0031, and I showed you the box. It's got it on the box here. Almost dropped the box, by the way. There you go. It's got the King Kutter 0031, 0031 right there. So, but you can see it's a green bone. It's says we're producing different patterns with genuine mother of pearl, amber, saw cut bone, and deep green jig bone, and this is the deep green jig bone. Like I said, it's well made. It's well made. Blades are pretty good. You know, the bone's beautiful. I mean, the bone is a beautiful color. It's you know, it's just a nice color. You know, and it's tight. It's got some good snap, but it's got your King Kutter stamp right there. You can see. There you go. You got the King Kutter stamp. I've got a couple King Kutter tools that I bought at an antique store. I like their tools. A lot of people don't realize that King Kutter makes tools also. Hammers, hatchets, different things that they have. But you can see this right here. It's kind of hard to see. It says King Kutter Classics, limited edition, 1 of 1,000. See it right there. Doesn't have anything on this back part of the tang. There's your tang stamp. It's got this on the bolster. It's got that long nail nick. Got some good snap to it. And of course, it's got a spade blade. It just made some people cringe when I said that. Wow. There's your spade blade. Cool knife. Honestly, I didn't know. You know, I didn't know that they I didn't know Bear & Son made King Kutter knives. I just didn't know it. So I learned something. Learned something about Bear & Sons. I've been in their factory. I've been in their front part of their building where they have the more makers, and have their knives. And I know when I went to that open house, they had some Remingtons there. I guess they're still making Remingtons. I'm not sure, but who knows. there's, you know, like I said, that's the cool stamps. And you can see it's got the brass liners. I guess that's stainless. The stainless springs, brass pins. Probably nickel silver bolsters. That's what most of the knife makers use. Stainless steel blade. It's got that long nail nick right there, which I like. And it's got that engraving. It's not engraving, it's acid or whatever, however they do it. Right there you can see 1 of 1,000 right there. I like the King Kutter logo stamp right there. So, but there you go. That's a King Kutter, a Bear & Sons King Kutter. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Surely not me. You know, I'd like to find out what all Bear & Sons make, what they make. I'm gonna find out. I should have asked the guy, the owner of it, when I saw him at Blade Show. But like I said, I was very surprised when I got this tin and started looking at it, and I noticed that said Bear & Sons Cutlery on it. That was actually before I paid for it. I pulled it out and looked at it, but I was like, well, I didn't know Bear & Sons made King Kutter. I thought King Kutter was completely out of business. Now I do have a vintage King Kutter Stockman, not a Bear & Sons. I don't believe it's a Bear & Sons, but it's a King Kutter Stockman, a vintage one. So, but yeah, that's a brand new King Kutter. Great looking knife, y'all. It's really a good looking knife. So, hope you enjoy the video. I'm at 12 minutes. I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. Y'all have a safe day. Remember, God's on the throne.